I guess we are live.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone. Very good evening to everybody, and thanks a lot for joining in. And we will be waiting for a couple of more minutes so that the others can join in. Mhm. So I think people are joining in.
Hello everyone. Can you please comment if you're joining? And good morning everyone. And good evening everyone.
Yeah, I think the number is going up.
Yeah, people are joining. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello everyone.
Hey, hi Ghazal. Hi Tafsir. And guys, can you confirm? Are you able to see and hear us? Okay. Hi David. Great to have you again.
Hello everyone. Hello Mahesh. Hello Saurabh.
Hi. Hi Mahesh. Hi Saurabh. Hi Vibha. So, guys, can you just drop in a yes if you're able to hear us and able to see us? Yeah, perfect. Great.
Okay.
Right. So, guys, thanks a lot for joining in, and we have Amit sir with us as well. Hello, sir.
Okay. Hi Vivek. Hi Priya. How are you?
Sir, we are doing
We are
great. How are
good.
you?
Good.
I'm
How are
audible.
you?
I'm
Yeah,
audible.
yeah, yeah, audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So hi guys. Hi everyone. Um, so we are back with the module two introduction today, and this
Right.
is the last week of this project. And we are really glad to see the level of response we are getting on this particular project. And so many teams participating. So many people are highlighting their work on LinkedIn also. Okay, so in this, before we go into the module two, we will also be briefing you a little bit about module one. So somebody who is joining in today or can start their project from today also. And as we know that this particular project is more like an industry experience, we are trying to create client-based projects, not like an academic project where you have a particular thing to do in a particular deadline with your team, submit it, get it evaluated, and get it certified also. Okay, so let us go by brief introduction of module one. I would That would be the right way to start
Absolutely.
today's session.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct. So I'll just pull up my screen, and Priya, you can just give a small brief of what happened in module
Sure.
one.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yes. Is my screen visible?
yeah, we can see your screen.
Perfect.
So, hello everyone. In the module one, as we know, this book is about book review app, and book review app is a backend app that you can create in Springboard, Python, and whichever language you want. So, in the module one, we are focusing on system design, schema design, setup, and installation, and the data management. So, what we will be doing there, we will be understanding the requirements and the design, the schema. So the very first important thing is designing the schema that we have discussed here. Can you take down your screen, Vivek?
Yeah, sure.
So first we are having system design. Here is a system design how our book review app will be looking like, and what all things we will be having, where it will be interacting. So we will be interacting with Open Library API, where you can search, you can fetch everything. And then you will be having a schema design where you will be actually designing your database, how your database for book review app will look like. Then comes the subtask where you are having the all the modules where I have given here three subtasks. For subtask one, your task is to create a schema. The subtask two is for setup and installation. Here I am using Spring Boot and Postgres SQL. You can use any technology you want. So as you can see, all the steps are mentioned here for setup and installation, where you can directly create Spring Boot project from Spring Initializer. Then you can set up the Docker for Postgres SQL. You can set up your React using your React router DOM, and then also you can use your IDE to set up all these front-end and back-end application together. So this is what your setup and installation looks like. In the subtask 3, you are having a login and registration feature. So login and registration feature basically have a simple login page where you have login and register. You can log in a user by using its email ID, username and password. So this is what we are doing in module 1. I think this is very simple, but also it has a lot of challenges, as we also do back end and front end module here. So I hope you all understood the module 1. Can you please confirm in the chat box?
Okay. Okay. One, two things I would like to add over here. The first point here is, although the document clearly states that this project needs to be done in Java plus Spring Boot and React in the front end, but we have already discussed in the earlier modules that this whole idea of this project is not make it more like a platform agnostic kind of project where you can work on different technologies to solve the project. You can work on Python, you can work on JavaScript, you can work on Node.js. So you, in whatever language you are comfortable with, you can use this project, you can complete this project. That is one part. So, and Tanmay was asking the same question also, that which tech we are using. Okay, and apart from this, we have a very simple process of submitting this particular project, which Vivek will give you a little bit overview about that. So Vivek, if you can just give them an overview of the deadlines also, as well as the how to submit the module 1 or module 2.
Absolutely. So I'll just pull up my screen and give you a brief as to how the submission process would happen, right? For all the people who have completed their module one, or they're about to complete their module, they probably would take one more day or so. This is the process. Let me pull up my screen. Yeah. Just
Okay.
let me know if my screen is visible.
We are yet to see it, Vivek. Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's
So,
visible.
right.
Now it's
So
visible,
guys,
yes.
so in the post that was shared earlier, right? This is the module submission form, right, where you can make submission for both the modules, right? We have kept it very plain and simple. Here you have to mention all your details, right? Your name, your team name, your mobile number, your mail ID, the career track you're interested in, right? Your LinkedIn profile, which module submission you are making for, right? So you have to choose this very carefully. Suppose you are submitting for module 1, choose the module 1 tab and then go ahead and make the submission, right? And when you make that submission for module 1, there are a few files that you need to submit into zip files, which are mentioned below as well, right? One is the ER diagram of the application. Second would be the setup and installation code. That would either be in a zip format or it could be a GitHub URL, right? And the third one would be the authentication code in a zip folder or in a GitHub URL, right? Once you're done with this, you actually have to create a Zoom link, or could be a YouTube video, or could be a Vimeo video, where you have to create a video of that particular code, a walkthrough of the setup as well as the authentication, right? And you have to attach your link here, right? Once when both the things are submitted, you can go ahead and complete your submission. And post the submission, our team will be evaluating it and will be sharing you the results shortly.
Okay, so one question coming up is from Joseph: is had issues with the third submission requirement. What does it exactly mean? What is the third submission part?
Zosa, the third submission part is registration and login controller. So, are you having facing any issues with that?
Yeah,
You're
Joseph.
talking about module one, third submission or third subtask.
Okay,
Can you
most
please
probably will
confirm?
respond to it. He
Most
yes,
probably,
it is still confusing. He says. So, what is the exact question, Joseph? If you can elaborate a little bit, that what exactly which part you are talking about, that would be uh, which would be much better for us, right? And
Am I
uh,
clearly audible?
yeah, we can
yes.
hear you, Priya. We can hear you.
And just to reiterate once, so guys, if you are facing any kind of challenges or any issues, any doubts regarding the project or module one, right? I'm just sharing a link of a LinkedIn post where you can comment all your queries and our team will be answering it, right? So you can find that in the chat box. Uh, Give me 1 second. So kindly use this LinkedIn post as your anchor to all the doubt. If your teams are not responding, you need another team. You need any query, you are stuck somewhere. There's some
Look,
issue with the submissions.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Vivek, I'll just like to add over here that this
Yes.
particular session is not is a doubt clearing session. We are here to introduce module two. I would say any problem if you are facing related to the process, for example, submission process or anything related to team formation, or even if you are late on module one, that can be easily we can handle it on the LinkedIn post. So Vivek has already posted the LinkedIn post over here. If you can just click on this particular link, you can see it has everything. It has the detail of the project document over there. It also has the recording links of the earlier sessions, and you can post all your queries, all your process related queries also on this particular post, so that our team can review it and we can move forward. So without wasting time, it would be high time that we can go and introduce the module 2. That's what the objective of the session today.
Yes. Absolutely.
I'll just make Joseph clear. Talking about zip file is people face issues like they have their project in their local setup and they don't have it in their remote machine. So that's why what we want, they can create a zip out of that project and they can submit it. If you are facing any problem to submit the zip file, simply wherever your project is, like suppose your project you are hosting in GitHub, you can simply give us the link of that GitHub and the project so we can evaluate that module 1 submission there.
Right.
Yes,
So
can
I
share
believe we
this.
can start with the small introduction and what the tasks are going to look like for module two.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll just present my screen so that Priya can give us an overview of the module. Just let me know when my screen is visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's a high time where in module one we have only the registration and login thing. So now there is an actual part of book review. What book review app does? It gives the integration for books, what all reviews we are having for that books, what all books we can store it, what all books we can search in. So all these things we are going to do in module 2. So this is a very huge part for backend, so everyone should pay attention here. So in the module 2, we are simply having it involves the integrating with the Open Library API. So Open Library API is a development center. You can simply go and search for Open Library API. The link is provided in somewhere in the beginning of the setup and installation. So the Open Library API is used to search for books and display information about them. It is a huge data dictionary, or you can say dictionary for all the books, their authors, their details, their cover page, their publication date, and everything. So you don't have to go somewhere and manually enter all the book details into your database. You can simply call the API of Open Library, and then all the integration part you will be doing in the backend. If If you don't want to integrate calling the open API library, you can also get a option of downloading the open library API, but it's very huge. It's around 15 GB. So I would recommend you should always call the API. And in that case, you can also test the REST API controllers, how you will be doing that in the backend. So this module includes the following tasks: calling the open library API. The second thing is writing controllers for searching books. So you will be writing one controller for searching books in your Spring Boot application. That will be the REST controller. The third is writing controllers for reviewing books. I'm so sorry, guys. My voice is a little bit. I'm not feeling well, so my voice may sound a little bit disturbed. So bear with me. Yeah. So the third will be writing controllers for reviewing books. And there will be two controllers here, one for searching books, one for reviewing books. And the fourth is testing. So if you're using Spring Boot, then the testing will be in JUnit or mock MVC. And in the React, you can test in Enzyme. One more thing is you can text in three ways. One, you can call the Postman API and then you can text your application. You can write unit tests, and then finally you can also test in the UI. So this is the four tasks that you have in this module 2. I know it will be little bit huge task because you have two controllers, including one you are calling the open library API. You will be having a client for open library API, and then you will be testing. So can you scroll down, Vivek?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll explain the subtask one. The subtask one, that you need to fetch the book data from Open Library API and save it to the database. So, what database you are using? You are using PostgreSQL database. So here, simply you are creating the model first. So you are creating a book model or author model, and then you will be fetching the API from the Open Library API. You will be having a client, so you can create a client for Open Library API which calls Open API to get the search results. This will be your first task. And then in the front end also you can have a search for book page and add it to your personal library page. So for example, here I have given like, can you scroll a little bit down, Vivek? Yeah. So here, for example, I have given here the use effect, the hook. You can use effect to fetch the list of books from the backend API when the component is first rendered. So the fetch function is used to make a get request. So accordingly, you can have the controller of get mapping. Talking about the subtasks too, you will be having the book API or the controller to the rate and review the books. So the first subtask will be fetching the API, and you will be having the controller for search API. The subtask 2 will be the controller for rate and reviewing the books. So simply you can create a model to store information about the books such as title and author. You can have a review model according to your whatever you want. You want user reviews, you want rating, you want stars, anything, it works. Then simply you can have review controller, and similarly in the front end also you can have a create page to display hook information and allow user to submit a review. So this can be done using React and making requests to the review controller endpoints. So similarly, you can use effect hook, and then you can render over those API using get or post mapping. Review will be the post mapping and search will be the get mapping. So this way your subtask 2 also, you got an overview of what all things we will be doing in subtask 2. Talking about subtask 3, it is purely testing. So to make sure your application is running perfectly, you should have testing. The unit test you should write for backend services. You should do the testing in API and Postman for your test benefits or your satisfaction, and also the test the UI as well. So this is how we have divided three subtasks here. Any questions? Any questions till now?
Okay, so Priya has explained in a very lucid manner over here that what is module 2, and we have already done with module 1. Those who are working on module 1, they have 1 day or most probably next 24 hours to submit module 1 and then move to module 2. If somebody is starting today, I would suggest them kindly find your team as soon as possible, and then you can easily start working on this particular project. I again would like to inform you that this is the last week of this project. We'll be finishing it off in this week. That means this week means today when we're starting it, and after most probably in the next week. That means from 7 days, in the next 7 days we'll be finishing it off, this backend development project. But we'll be back very soon with a new project. We have already started working on it, so we'll be back again with a new project on the backend development. I would suggest again that any process related issue you can always put it on the LinkedIn post. The LinkedIn post, already Vivek has shown you that, okay, this is the post, and where you can just go and type in your whatever queries, like team formation issues, process issues, submission issues, or even if you have queries related to project, Priya is also there, so she can answer you over there also. uh, so
Yeah.
yeah, so there are few questions coming in, if you can take up, Priya.
Yeah. So, hi David. Uh, the one thing is, like the user fetches books data. So yes, we will be integrating with Open Library API. I'll quickly share my screen. I'll show how the Open Library API looks like. Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
David, this is the Open Library API. You can simple add on openlibrary.org developers API. So here you get all the APIs of books, author, subject, search insight, partner, cover, everything. So where we are interested, we are only interested for books API, authors API. So this book API, if I click on this, it will take us to the book library API. Here are the API. So you can simply integrate, you can create a client page and you can simply integrate with these API to get all the books details, and then you can save these details into the database and then you can manipulate over it, right? So I hope this is understood.
Okay.
Right.
um,
And
so
one more
before
question.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can go for it.
So please, can you expatiate on the review, please? Okay. So I am a user. I have logged in and registered my user ID. So for now, keep it as a one user pane. So you are the whole and sole user. You are reading through few books. Like I have read Atomic Habits by James Clear, or I have read The Psychology of Money. Then how I felt it. I felt that Atomic Habits is 5 star and the Psychology of Money is 4 star. According to you, you will be giving the rating on your app, but also the ratings are also provided all over the world, how much rating for the book is in the API. So if you want to go and if you want to see that I don't know which book I want to read, I want to read the highest rating books, where you will find it. So you can go and you can again search in the API, you can keep that feature also, but for now the rating you will be giving, so that will be stored in your user panel for each books. I hope this is clear, Joseph. Ma'am, please share the
uh,
link of one video I
yes,
have joined.
Suresh, we have already shared all the links. You can see a post by HiCounselor over there. Just click on that particular, copy that link, and just keep it with you. It has everything, and even this particular session will be getting updated on the same particular post. So just follow that post, keep the link of that post with you, and you're good to go. So I believe that it has everything. Joseph says thank you. Okay, so one thing before we move forward, I would like to highlight one thing, that we have started a new platform, and we would like to introduce you to that platform. Even in the last session, we asked you to kindly go and try those platform. So I'll give you a little walkthrough about that platform. and its platform name is called assessment.hicounselor.in, I guess. Yeah, .com.
Yes. .com.
Assessment.hicounselor.com. I'll share my screen and I can show you that how does it work. So we all know that if we want to crack any interview, if we want to get into a top companies, we need to practice as many coding questions as possible. And for that, we have platforms like Lead Code, Algo Expert, or maybe Hacker Rank. But most of these platforms are paid platforms, and we have to pay, right, to get their questions, to get their premium questions. But we have created one of the platform, and this is, and we are providing every question for free right now. And we are since we directly work with employers here in US, so it is very easy for us to get in those questions from the employers and directly upload on our platform. So we'll be offering everything for free. I'll show you a small demo for that how you can go over there and practice that. So when you see my screen, do let me know. So yeah, so can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can go over here and you can just create your account. So there is an option of creating an account over here. Just click on this particular option and you can create your account. Since I already having a one account and using that particular test account, I can just sign into this, and you can see over here that we have uploaded around 113 questions so far, in which we have easy 23 question, medium again 2037, hard and very hard. And we have like integrated few languages over here. For example, I want to practice this particular question, I can click on this particular question, and this is the question, and this is the interface where I can run my code. And you can check the output also. So for example, I don't know the coding, so I would and we have already integrated two languages over here. So the plan is we'll be integrating a lot of other languages also over here. Right now Python and JavaScript is already there, and SQL queries is also there. So if I don't know the code, I'll just run it, and it will show me the error that okay, I have failed this particular test. If I submit this code, then immediately, and if I go back, you can see that it will show me that just wait for 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so if I go back, you can see that in this particular hard section, it clearly shows me that you have not passed this particular test. So if you will solve certain part of the question, it will show you partially passed. If you are completely clear that question, it will say you have passed this particular question. So in this way, you can attempt as many questions as possible. You can also have SQL queries over here. You can click on SQL queries, and you get a questions of SQL queries also. So this is one of the platform which we have created, and it is completely free for everyone. And go and do create your account and do check it out. This particular platform will be uploading very soon, like the platforms like we'll be uploading more questions on this particular platform. So I would and do let us know that how did you like this particular idea, did you like this particular idea or not, uh, of creating such kind of platform which is completely free. And the idea here is to put in as many as questions as possible. So you're planning to at least put in 1,000 questions very soon on this particular platform, which is across different languages and from top employers like Google or maybe Facebook, so that you get in practice, you get an idea of how what kind of questions do they ask in interview. Okay, so I guess you like this particular platform. I would like to see it in the comment section. If you can just go and check in this particular platform, I would
And
be. I
guys, I
would
have
be
dropped the link as well in the chat. That is assessment.hicounselor.com. Right. So do
okay.
check it out. Refer to your friends.
And yeah, you can do one more thing that since if you are trying it or you are creating your account, you can just go to your LinkedIn account and you can just write it down. Hey, I just tried a new platform which is completely free, and it is similar to Lead Code or maybe Algo Expert. This will help other people also signing up to this particular platform, and they can create, they can practice, they can give us feedback so that we can improve this particular platform. So yeah, Java will be adding up very soon. Don't worry about that. We are working on it. We just developed it and we have like running it for a pilot run right now. So the idea here to get more people on this particular platform so that they can practice and they can let us know what other things we can add on this particular platform. But we'll be adding. We have a pool of lot of questions from top companies because we directly work with employers. The BR a career accelerator. So getting questions from top recruiters is not difficult task for us. Okay, Poonam says at Java, we'll do that Java very soon. Poonam. One more thing which I would like to highlight in the last session also, we explained you that how you can highlight your work on LinkedIn, because that is very very important. If somebody is participating in this in a particular challenge or in a particular project, it is very important today that we should highlight it on our LinkedIn profile, or our different social media platform, because so that what we see is what we sell, right? What we It's very very important. So in that situation, go to your LinkedIn and just write it down that, hey, I am participating on this backend development project, this is the title of the project, and you can tag us, you can tag Vivek, you can tag Priya, you can tag me, tag Aditya, tag HiCounselor, that okay, this is the project given by us, and what are the different challenges you are facing, what the project is. That's the first part. Second part is what are the different challenges you are facing in the project, and what how you are overcoming that particular project. You can write that particular post, tag in your team members also there, add up, all the hashtags over there, and that will help the recruiter to look into your profile, that okay, this guy is doing something in backend development. And you can just create your journey, right? You can create your whole journey, that in the last 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, in a year, what you have done on this. And that is very very impressive, because whenever as a recruiter, people will not just see your the resume part is one, the people also looked in your into LinkedIn profile, that what you have done, what kind of different responsibilities you have taken up. So that would be great. So I will be waiting for a lot of tagging for me, so that I can go and review your post, that whether you have written in the right way or not. If something needs to be added, I'll definitely let you know. Okay, so if you have any queries before we wind up today's session, do let us know. Do try the new platform. It's called assessment.hicounselor.com.
Yeah, everyone. So, anyone have still any doubt regarding module one or module two? If someone is not finding any track? Please do comment, or you can also reach me out personally in the comment section or chat section. So I'll be helping out, because this project is very helpful for the back who are looking whole and soul for the back end development. You will be getting all over the overview of REST API, of integrating with the APIs, of calling, setting up the database, working with Docker, and doing the authentication part, setting up the JWT token. So the project is very lovely, where you can have the very good knowledge about the backend. Recruiters will ask many important questions regarding these controllers. If you go Docker, these are the very key questions they ask. So please do complete this project. Anyone is stuck in this project, please ask me. I'll help you out, or Vivek will help you out. Plus reach us, and if you have any queries ahead. Okay. So yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks a lot, Priya. And guys, I will be dropping the link of the post once again. So please keep it handy. Just post all your queries. Try to keep it there as well, so that our team can pick those queries up and answer it for you.
And one more thing we need to understand, that these kind of projects, people, most of the companies, they don't either provide you such kind of experience, or at times, mostly these are paid projects. We do buy certain platforms, and then through those platforms we try to do these project individual level, right? But here we have created an ecosystem. We are trying to create an ecosystem very soon. We'll try to bring in our own platform, where you can just take up the project, go into our platform, write your code, run the code, evaluate yourself. So that will become a complete ecosystem for the live project. We are working on that part also. We'll be getting that particular platform development very soon. So I believe that, stay connected with us, guys. I believe that we'll be back very soon with a data project also. We are coming up on most probably the next Monday, I guess. We'll be starting next Monday or Tuesday. We'll be coming over the data project, and backend will also be starting very soon, maybe in the next week only. So finish it off. I hope the module one and module two is clear. And okay,
So
yeah,
yeah, Satyavan, I'll take up this question, Amit sir.
yeah, yeah, sure,
So
sure.
talking about Docker, I have said this, that in the first module, when you're setting up the Postgres SQL. So what we usually face issues with when you're setting up the Docker, or when you're setting up the Postgres. So some people download it in their local machine. That is also fine, But I have suggested, because why Docker, it will give you a brief idea about Docker. You can go to the module 1 and you can read it out. I have mentioned the steps, how to install the Docker, how to set up the Docker YAML file, what all services and what all image you need for Postgres. So please go, and once you can check all the documents, everything is in detail mentioned. Still you have any doubt, you can reach out to me. Yeah.
Okay, guys. I guess we have answered all the queries. Module 1, we have introduced it again. Module 2, we have introduced it today. Do refer to the document which is there on this LinkedIn post. Do try out our new coding platform. Anybody requesting for Java, will be integrating it very soon. And most importantly is, do try to highlight your work on your social media platforms. Do tag us. We'll try to review your work, and we'll try to, well, since like we have a good following by God grace, and so that's why if we like it or when we comment on your post, that may increase your visibility on this industry also. Okay, guys, I think we are done for today. Any other thing which you would
Right.
like to highlight, you can just we can highlight and we can wrap it off.
I think so. We can wrap it up for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks Priya, thanks Vivek for joining in.
Okay.
And link of our
I
main
think
post is already there.
I'll just post it again. I'll
Yeah,
just post it
you have
again for you. So
Vivek has already
yeah.
posted, so you can just check. It is
Sure.
coming from the name of HiCounselor, so you can just check it out. Just search for the comment posted by HiCounselor. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. We'll be meeting very soon with a new project, and I would like to say thanks to Priya, but will not be leaving Priya. Priya has done a really good job on this particular project, so she will be back soon with a new project. Hopefully, we'll convince her to make a new project and come back soon. And she has got a good fan following also in this particular process. And I believe that when we'll introduce a new project, we'll try to bring in more people, we'll try to bring in new ideas so that everybody can come and participate and have a hands-on experience on these kind of projects. Bye
Also
for
one
now.
more thing,
Yeah, happy.
yeah, also one more thing, guys. If you are facing any issues with the project, please, again and again I'm highlighting, please reach out to me. What people do, they face issue, they shut down their machine, and okay, I'll not go
Look,
forward. But this is not, you give up.
I believe
Reach
that
out to us.
Priya had just like made me nostalgic about my school teacher kind of feeling that okay, if you're not able to do it, ping me up, and that's a very good quality, I would say, a very empathetic quality, because very few people have such kind of quality that they only not do work, they do work with very sincerity, and they try to make that work of their own. That okay, if somebody will reach out to me and if I have created something, I should be responsible for that, and that's kind of ownership is very very highly appreciated from our team also. And thanks Priya for like, because if you look at all those people are unknown to us, like we don't know them directly, but when they reach out to us, write their query, we try to solve it out. That becomes really really like it gives a good feeling, right? Okay, guys,
Hmm.
thank you so much. You can reach out to Priya for any technical question, for any process
Thank you.
related question, go to Vivek. And I don't know what kind of questions I can handle. So if you face any issue, you can write it to me. Okay. All right, guys,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks. Bye
everyone.
everyone. Bye
Thank you,
Thank
bye.
Vivek.
you.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you.
Thanks.